Hey guys, welcome to this shortwave radio channel, and this is to review the brand new XHDATA D109 WB, and the WB stands for weather band. So they look very similar. This is the original. This is the new WB version, but they have some differences, and we're going to talk about that. So first of all, what's the XHDATA D109 WB? It's a portable AM, FM stereo, long wave, medium wave, short wave receiver, and it adds one cool feature that we don't see very often: the NOAA or Environment Canada weather channels with weather alert. So this is kind of cool because it adds a feature that could be very important, especially in the summertime and even in the winter with the winter storms here on the East Coast and so on, and ice storms possible. But, you go out camping, anything, you've got actually a radio that has weather alert capability, and this is pretty neat. So I don't know why they didn't release this instead of the D109 directly. Because it's obvious that if you're in North America, this is going to be the standard that you'll buy. If you buy a D109 in the United States or Canada, get the WB version and forget the original. Of course, for the rest of the world, the original is still good and probably will be priced a little lower because the weather channels from NOAA and Environment Canada are not available for most of the world. It's really a US and Canada thing, pretty much. So after playing with it for more than 12 hours yesterday, I put it through its pace and compared it with the D109, the original, also at the same time. And what comes up is that, first of all, FM performance is not bad at all. It receives FM well. It does overload here because there's a lot of stations, but with the telescopic collapse, I actually receive the 107.9 station in Burlington, Vermont. And that for me is a benchmark. If I can get that on a radio, it's not too bad in the department of the FM band. And if you live in a fringe area where FM reception is difficult, I think this is going to perform well. AM medium wave seems to be pretty good. Tuning around yesterday, it's on par with most radios that I've had. Shortwave, pretty good. It's sensitive. It has a few flaws that you need to know. And it depends on where you live because not everybody's going to be affected by those flaws. In my case, I got a few 50 kilowatters here in Montreal, and a lot of medium wave stations actually do break in through some of, not all, but some of the frequency ranges in the international broadcast bands. So sometimes you'll tune a station and you'll hear the AM station. In my case, what I heard mostly was CJAD and the traffic station on 730 mixed in with a shortwave broadcaster. So it means that the AM stage mixes with the medium wave stage, mixes with the shortwave stage at some frequencies, not everywhere, just at specific points. The other thing is this overloads easily, and with an external antenna, and I'll have some external antenna videos coming up, it's very difficult to use, and it is better to use mostly with the telescopic, even though it does have, a external antenna jack. Now, one feature that is cool on this radio that the other one, the original, doesn't have is a DX local switch. So they added the capability to lower sensitivity on shortwave if you have overload issues. It does fix partly the problem with AM broadcasts that are actually coming through, and it does fix partly the overload issues on shortwave. Now, overall, even though it has these problems, for the price that it's sold for and the features you have, it's still decent. It's still actually fairly decent. And the ad of the DX local switch, I think they made it because they heard about how overload issues were a problem on the original. So I think it's a good idea that they did that. They also added something the other one doesn't have, which is a voice and music switch, which changes slightly the audio, not by much, but just slightly to favor for certain audio frequencies, depending if it's music or if it's talk radio you're listening to. Of course, I've listened to a lot of stations yesterday. Spain, Turkey. I listened to BBC, to Voice of America. I've listened to NHK Radio Japan and WRMI Legends. I mean, this radio receives very well if you can cope with its flaws of, quick overload on strong signals. And depending on your environment, maybe some AM breakthrough, but in general, it's not that bad, actually. The weather band side of it is sensitive enough to get, the strongest weather band stations. But it's not overly sensitive. So if you live in an area where the NOAA weather station or the Environment Canada station is just on the fringe, it's kind of weak, you might have a hard time getting the reception. I have a hard time getting Burlington, Vermont NOAA station on 162.400, while many other radios I have, including scanner radios, get it really easily. So it tells you that it's not overly sensitive there, but it does. If I find the right spot, I can get it. So it's more of a question of finding the right spot to receive it. But if you're near a NOAA or Environment Canada station that's strong, it's not an issue. And the weather alert feature that you can actually enable will lock on and give you an alert when bad weather arrives. Somebody asked, does it have the same weather messages? No, it does not, because this is not a alphanumeric display. So no, it's not going to tell you, what type of alert you're getting, but it's going to tell you there's an alert, and you can press a quick press on the weather band button, and you will hear the bulletin that's there. Features: it has external antenna feature, of course, earbuds or earphone jack not supplied, so you'll have to have your own earphones. Stereo FM through the earphones, which is cool. Volume control. You have the micro USB jack for charging the internal battery. Some will not like it, but it is a 18650 lithium ion that's in here. That is what comes with the original one too. A lot of radios are moving towards lithium ion now. Audio quality is absolutely fantastic, like the original. This is what probably makes this radio superior to a lot of others of the same price range. Not only the features you got, but the audio quality, which is solid and very interesting. And of course, you can pair your phone or any Bluetooth device to hear the audio coming out of here. Use this as a speaker if you want. So you can, for example, take your phone, stream something and listen to it on this radio, which will give you better audio quality then. No, it does not do the other way around. That means you can't send the audio from the radio to your favorite smart speaker or speaker that would have great audio. A lot of people want to have that feature, but nope, it's not going to happen. It has of course, TF card, they call it, which is basically micro SD cards for playing MP3s. It can play up to 999 MP3s, can be stored on a card that could be up to 32 gigabytes in size. So this could play MP3s off of that. The tuning does mute, so that's one thing you need to know. If you use the tuning button here, you will have muting while you tune. So that is something that you might not like. Doesn't have SSB, but the scanning functionality when you want to scan for international broadcast works very, very well. Overall, it's a surprising little package for the price. Honestly, you just need to understand that you're getting something that's not top-notch. If you want to have better performance, less overload, then move on to the D808, which is a better than this. Honestly, it is better than this in performance. And adds airband, adds single sideband. You'll have other features. Not going to have NOAA weather bands though. But for the price, interesting package. And if you're in North America, the add of the NOAA weather channels is actually quite a nice little thing here. A little bit of shuffle on the buttons on the front compared to the original because there's a little more features to add, including the weather band. So, but it's nice. One word to XHDATA, please. You know, when you need to have a microscope to make the letters of your manual big enough to read, it's too small. It's way too small. I actually downloaded the PDF manual in my tablet to read because, forget it, the little thing that comes with it is horrible. And it's very superficial. It explains what features do, but it doesn't really extend much on all of it. So the XHDATA D109WB, definitely a nice little package. I think this is a neat little radio for the price to have in your backpack or whatever. And you'll have not only long wave, medium wave, shortwave, and FM, but you'll have the weather band if you need to check the weather or have weather alerts. So kind of cool and not very expensive. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thanks for watching.